What's up, everyone? This is Mike from Wealth of Health TV, and today we're going to continue our series on cultivating happier, healthier lives. What is important to understand is that when you are awake, you can also be resting. So sleep is an unconscious form of rest. And when you're conscious, there are different forms of rest. So physically, if I'm running or jogging, maybe even sprinting, but I slow down to a walk, in that walking state, I'm resting from the run. But what's important to understand is rest isn't just going to be physical. It's also going to be mental as well. So if I give myself some time to rest and relax and I sit down on the couch, but I turn on the TV, now my mind is engaged with what's going on in the TV. Although my body is still and resting, my mind is engaged and active. When we talk about rest, we also need to take into consideration relaxation. And when we can relax mentally and physically, now we're in a resting state, but we're still awake, we're still conscious, so we can cultivate energy. Just like cultivating good health with proper nutrition, hydration, movement, and other helpful and beneficial types of activity. So what's important to understand is just because we're awake, it doesn't mean our mind has to be engaged, especially if we're all alone, all by ourselves, sitting still. Now, if you're doing an activity, of course, let's engage the mind and stay focused and be conscious of what we're doing. But when we're not engaged in a specific activity and we're just sitting and resting, but our mind is either thinking about something that may happen or is contemplating things that have happened, now we have this still body, but we have this active mind. So what's important to understand is each day we have to take into consideration the amount of activity that we do, mental and physical, and then balance that out with rest and relaxation. So even though we're not sleeping, we can still be resting. And this is important. Now imagine this. If you can get into a restful state while you're awake, if you can be at ease, at peace, calm and relaxed while you're awake, your ability to think and your ability to act is going to increase because you will be alert, aware, and fully rested. And that means your sleep quota will come down so you don't have to accumulate 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. If you only have 24 hours in each day and you're sleeping 8 of them, that's a large percentage of the day that's going away to sleep. So the sicker you are, or the unhealthier you may be, the more rest that you're going to require, and even the more sleep you'll need. So what's important to understand or to take into consideration is resting versus stressing. So you can rest your mind and your body, and you can stress your mind and your body. Acute stress is it can be very beneficial. That's why workouts can be effective. But it's easy to overdo workouts. And it's easy to overstress or overthink something and get yourself worked up. So resting versus stressing. Are you spending most of your day in a stressful state with physical and mental activity? Or are you spending a good portion of your day in a resting state where you're at ease and you're still within yourself, but whenever you are engaged in an activity, you're putting effort there? So what's important to understand is it's not necessary to sleep 8 hours every day of your existence if you can achieve a restful state while you are awake, because you will cultivate energy while you're awake. If you have any type of strategy or practice or method or technique that allows you to relax and de-stress and calm down It's important that you tap into that, because what happens is these things accumulate, just like food over a few decades, just like lack of sleep over a few decades, just like the mental impressions that we take on, whether it's the information we're reading, watching, or the people who are around us. All of these things accumulate, and if we don't have a way to get rid of the stressors, they build up and they end up causing problems. And a lot of these things are chronic disease. So remember, cultivating happier, healthier lives starts with your food, the activity, and your rest. And when we're resting, we're not just resting the body, but we're resting the mind. We're relaxing the mind so we can cultivate energy and not just constantly burn through it. The healthier you are, the less sleep you'll need. So it's very important that you conduct yourself from within and you can relax on command, because if you get fired up from all the nonsense that's going to happen around you, that is happening around you, when are you in charge and when will you allow yourself to be at peace? If it's just within the comfort of your own home, you're probably going to need to spend a lot of time in your house. But if you can maintain your bearing, if you can maintain your center, your sense of peacefulness throughout the day, now you'll be more equipped to handle the challenges that life is going to throw your way.